fans to Moose Shared Ice Arena here in Monticello, Minnesota on this cold Sunday afternoon. We got the St. Louis Park Orioles, Bantam B2, taking on the Monticello Moose. St. Louis Park trying to snap a little bit of a slump here. Tie yesterday, a few losses before that. So we'll see what they can do here. Really nice facility here in Monticello. We got 15 minutes on the board here. We got Eddie digging in to take the draw with Eli and Eric up front. And then Remy and Nate back on D. Moose win the draw, but we'll quickly move it back up. Digging along the wall, Eli gets it and sends it in deep. And they'll go to work. Eric pursues the puck. Just out of his reach. Eddie there to cut it off. Nice shot by Remy there, just blocked by the Moose player. Remy again on net. Nice hard low shot, gets deflected. Eddie in the slot, just wide. Eric goes to the corner and try to dig it out. Eddie's there to help it. Eric comes away with it. He's got his head up, looking for the D. Just gets tipped. And the Moose will come with it the other way. Nice start there by the Orioles with a little pressure. And Monticello floats one in harmlessly on net that Corey will glove and take a face-off. Right. 1 minute in, Coach Bump sends out a new crew with Benny digging in to take the draw. So we got Everett and Griff up front with him. So it looks like Griff is playing forward again today. And then we have Caden and Rory out there on D. So Caden's got in the corner right now. Nice spin move to evade the checker. Griff floats it up to center ice. Everett pursues. Moose send it back through the neutral zone. Rory handles it. Tries to send it up the wall to Everett. Everett finds it. Bouncing around here just out of the reach of Benny. Everett finds it again. He tries to battle through the wall and does. Gains the blue line, but not much more. 1-on-5 actually. Rory's got it in the far corner, sends it behind the net. Caden with a lot of time, his head up, makes a nice tape-to-tape pass to Griffin. Griffin's going to bring it up the wall with some speed. Headman's it to Benny. Benny over to Everett in the middle of some traffic. And they battle forward along the far wall, trying to get it down deep. Everett has the handle. Then it gets bumped out to Rory. Rory tries to send it in deep, but hits a stanchion on the glass, unfortunately, but they get it back in the second time. Swung around again. Rory there to cut it off nicely and send it back down deep. Griff keeping an eye on things. Read that play nicely and picked off the pass. Nice low to high play there. Just couldn't quite get the handle on it at the point there by Rory, but good D-to-D pass over to Caden. Caden will get it. Just flip it out of his own. Oh, actually a nice move close to his backhand. But Monticello sends it back in deep. Rory will go after it. Orioles were getting a change here. Looks like Rory's going to try to be a one-man breakout here, which he is. He got his speed up, trying to break it wide. Nice centering pass to Brown, and it's in. It's in. Referee is pointing. Rory with an excellent end-to-end rush there. He got speed behind the net, and they were giving him ice. He took it. Kind of lost the handle as he approached the net. And just got it back in time, centered it a little bit out of desperation, and Ram was crashing the net. And it ends up in the net for a quick 1-0 lead for the Orioles. So, good to see them jump out to a lead here. Not always their forte. So we'll see if they can build on that. So we got the Killery line back out now. Eddie's bringing it through the middle, gains the zone. Kind of gets poke check there. That was a lot of sticks he was trying to get through. Eric now behind the net, spins away from a defender. Over to Eddie. Eddie back to Eric. Real slick pass there by Eddie. Eric again tries to evade the defender. Gets pulled down. Probably could have been a penalty. Oh, there it is. The back referee got it there. Going to call a trip on that. So Eric and Eddie applying some pressure there on the forecheck and drew a penalty. So you like to see that. Like to see it rewarded on a play like that. So the Orioles will set up their first power play of the night here. They throw Griffin out there on the point for this power play. So him and Nate will be out there. Nate's always calm and composed with that puck on the power play. great at finding time and space. And then Eddie will dig in with the draw, in for the draw with Eric and Eli on their strong side wing. So nice win off the face-off. Eric plays it back to the D. Oh, nice touch pass to Eddie. Eddie goes in, he scores. I sure hope I got that on video. That was a beautiful play by the Orioles. So Eddie did a great job winning that face-off. Kind of a set play. Eric tapped it back to Nate. And as usual, Nate found the right play, sent it back down to Eric, who touch passed it to Eddie in the slot, and Eddie finished it. So that's going to be Schiraldi from Thompson and Benson, I believe. Really nice play there. I don't know if they've been working on that in practice or they saw that on TV. All right, back to the defensive zone now. Everett delivers a nice shoulder-to-shoulder check there. Rory bats it out of the air with his hand, which you can do in the defensive zone. Play continues. The Moose applying a little pressure here. Griffin flips it out of the zone. Center ice. Nice play by the Moose defenseman there. He's going to take it, try to come up the wall. Another nice angle by Everett. He extinguishes him along the wall there. Battling for it in front of the Orioles bench. And Benny comes away with it. Moves it to Caden. Caden up to Griff. Griff with a nice touch pass into the center. Just not quite enough on it. But they'll pursue. Far side for the Moose. And they're going to come through center and gain the zone. Down deep they send it. Caden goes back for it. Let's see if he breaks it out himself or moves it up. Moves it up to Benny. Benny over to Griffin. Griffin back to Benny. Not quite on the tape there, but right idea. Caden goes back for it again. Caden, great job protecting the puck with his body there. A little touch pass to Griff. Goes to the far side. Rory goes over there, uses his body to defend. Elliott can't quite get a stick on it. Goes on net. Played to the corner. Rory tries to wheel there, but got poke check ready as he's picking up speed. Caden back for it, moving up to Griff. Really nice little backhand pass there by Griff to find Benny coming through the middle. But gets poke checked at the blue line. Oh! Great play by Rory to get that. Comes through the middle. Gets deflected, but he pursues it. I like seeing that defenseman down low. That's how the NHL guys are playing it these days. They're not afraid to get deep in the offensive zone. Going for a change there were the Orioles. Looked like there were maybe too many men on the ice, but the refs are going to let it go. Deemed it inconsequential. But it's been spending a lot of time in the defensive zone here now, but Remy's going to try to change that. He's got the puck. He's got a strong skating stride coming up. Finds the open man, just gets picked a little. Lewis couldn't quite get to it. Brown fighting for it now at center ice. Elliott goes in there and pokes it. Lewis gets poke checked. It's really just bouncing around now. Nobody can quite grab the handle. But the Moose do finally come away with it. Strong move to the net by number 14. Corey's up to the task. Lewis through center ice with it now. He's looking for Elliott. Looked like an offsides, but neither ref was really quite sure, so they're going to let it play, which is fine. Nobody really likes whistles. Remy dumps it in. D to D by the Moose. They go for a breakaway pass there, and we'll have our first icing of the game, I believe. Nice D to D pass there by Monticello. They're trying to find the streaking guy there coming through the far blue line, but didn't quite connect. So we will go down here for an offensive zone draw for the Orioles with Eddie and Eric and Eli back up there, Caden and Rory on D. I believe all the defensemen are playing on their strong hand this game. And a couple of righties and a couple of lefties. Sometimes somebody will have to play on their offhand. Eric makes a hard move to the net. Oh, great play! It doesn't quite go. Made a hard move to the net, and the puck just stayed on the goal line there. Eddie dug it out of the corner. I think Eric surprised the defense by cutting in on the short side instead of taking it behind the net. And it gets covered up before it crosses the goal line. We'll face it off. It's in the referee's feet there. Monticello comes away with it, and they're going to get out of the zone and gain the Orioles zone. Oh, funny hop there on Corey, but he was square to the shooter and had the short side sealed, so no issue. But Orioles can't get it out there. They got it out the blue line, but Monticello did a nice job keeping it up. Caden doing a nice job breaking that thing out. Kind of battled through a trip there and still got the pass to his teammates. Goes into the corner. Eric's going to pursue. Lifts the stick. Eli's battling for it on the near wall there. Eric comes away with it. Nope, now the Moose steal it from him. Eli with a nice shoulder there to separate the player from the puck. Still battling along the wall. Eric comes away with it. Quick shot. Right into the goalie's chest, and he'll save that. He had Eddie coming in with him. They decided to take the shot. And we will face it off here. 7:14 left in the first period. 2-0 Orioles to start here with Benny digging in for the draw. Everett off to his left. Griffin to his right. Puck goes to the far wall, or near wall rather. Monticello breaks it out in Remy's feet. Remy bangs it into Benny's feet there, trying to clear it. Everett playing a big, strong game here so far. It's in Remy's feet here again. He finds it. He flips it up. That's going to be trouble for the D, and that's going to clear the zone. Yep. Everett using his speed to be first to that puck. He gains the zone. Benny calling it for it in the slot. Or that was Griff, sorry, calling it for it in the slot. Didn't quite connect, but good effort. Monticello is going to come away with this puck. They come through the neutral zone. Remy does a great job angling them, not even letting them enter the zone. Great stick, great angle there by Remy. Now Nate with a nice steal. Monticello is one step away from being in there clean. Remy and Nate partnering nicely on that to diffuse any scoring chance. All right, Remy with it behind the net there. Puck kind of flipped on him. Didn't get all of it that he wanted. Up the wall to Elliott. Elliott can't quite catch it. Now Monticello has it. Benny and Elliott in there digging for the puck. Comes to the slot. One-timer by the Moose. Blocked by Nate, I believe. He might have taken that one somewhere where he didn't have a lot of padding, but looks like he's going to be okay. Oh, Orioles get a break there with an offsides. They needed a whistle there. I think maybe a little tired and a little disorganized there. So back official calling that, doing a nice job. And Bram comes out to take the draw with Elliott and Lewis on his wings. Caden's going to bring this one up ice. Lewis pokes it in. Lewis is going to pursue in the near corner. Up through the middle, dangerous pass by Monticello. If Graham could have handled that one, he might have been walking right down Main Street for a shot. But being that it is, and it leaves the zone. Orioles get it back in. Lewis, nice job battling for that puck on the near wall. Graham comes in there and puts a shoulder on the puck carrier. Myhowski with a shot just wide. Monticello with a dangerous pass again up through the slot, but they get away with it, and they will enter the zone here and see if they can set something up. Rory with a nice shoulder-to-shoulder check there to, again, separate the player from the puck. She comes out to the D, comes to the near wall where Lewis has got it. Lewis is going to send it the length of the ice. It's not going to be an icing. It's going to hit the goaltender, so they'll wave it off. A little confusion there between the defenseman and the goaltender. Almost created a chance for Bram. I believe was credited with the first goal tonight. All right, back out the zone. Caden's taking an angle on the Monticello pursuer. Turns, lets his defensive partner Rory pick it up. Rory with a dangerous cross-ice pass, but he's going to get away with it. Might even be a breakaway for Eli. Eli takes it, moves to his backhand. Nice save by the Monticello goaltender. But that killer Eli is back out there, and Eddie gets that one, makes no mistake. Eli with a nice pass out to Eddie, and Eddie goes bar down, just like they teach you when you're in tight. To those goalies these days. Goalies go down, you got to go upstairs when you're in that position, and Eddie made no mistake. So, quick shift for those guys. If you score, you get off the ice. If you get scored on, you get off the ice. It seems to be Coach Bump and Whip's philosophy. So we'll get Hogan and Everett and Benny back out there with Nate and Remy. Shot on net there by Corey. Steers it to the steers it to the corner. Nate now behind his own net, reverses it to Griffin. Griffin goes to the corner. Remy finds it. He's going to move it. He's going to reverse it, actually. Great little reverse move there. Tape pass to Griff. Griff trying to find a streaking Everett up the far side. Gets knocked down by the Monticello player. And they'll go back and try to do it again. Nate reverses it to himself. Always so calm with the puck. Never panics. Up to Everett. Everett takes a big hit, but gets the pass off to Benny. Great play there. Sometimes you got to take the hit to deliver the puck. Oh no! I think we're gonna get that. Benny went in awkwardly. This is getting a little ugly now. So Benny went into the wall awkwardly. There was no call originally. I think it was just a hockey play. Kind of went down. Everett took exception to it. Thought it was a dirty hit. So he came in. We'll see what they call here. If there's anything more than minor penalties, or if there's going to be possibly a 10 here. So the refs are sorting it out. Cooler heads are hopefully prevailing here. We got 3:11 left in the first period here. The Orioles are up 3-0. So it looks like they're maybe, let's see here, going to the box for another player. That implies that I think Everett will be assessed a 2-minute minor plus a 10-minute misconduct for probably a boarding or a check from behind or something like that. Those penalties come automatically with a 10-minute misconduct in addition to the 2. So we'll see if anybody comes away with a power play here, or if it's just going to be 5-on-5 hockey. I think Monticello probably would have had a power play initially, but they retaliated on the hit. So, all right, looks like they're ready to drop. It looks like it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey. Lewis Western is then serving the penalty for the Park. I think the referees did a nice job at diffusing that situation and getting the right call there. So we'll play 5-on-5 with Bram, Elliott, Hogan. Caden and Rory out on D. Hogan with a nice little chip off the wall, doesn't quite make it to ball. Battling forward on the blue line there, the defensive blue line of Park. A lot of players in there. Kind of looks like mites from back in the day. But Hogan comes away with it, and he's going to send that on net. Goalie steers it into the corner. Out to Caden. Caden throws it on net. Nice save by Monticello. Harmlessly on net. Never a bad play though. And we will face it off here again. Looks like it's going to be Bram coming in to take the draw with Eric and Eli. Rory and Caden remain on D. Digging for it off the draw. Eli finds it. Nice pass out to the D. Rory turns and fires. Okay, things are heating up here in front. Oh no, looks like I just lost a couple $100 there with the broken stick. So Eric will get a new one, a new twig, and go back. I heard that John Western is buying anybody who breaks a stick, a new stick today. One-day deal only. So I'm glad I got that going for me. All right, puck is back down, and puck is back out of play. So we'll do it again. $2:13 left in the first period. Action-packed game so far. Puck is down. Into the far corner. Eli chases it to the near corner. Let's see if they can keep it in. They do. Nice pass by Nate to Eric, who was kind of in a soft spot in the slot there. Eli puts a shoulder into his man, and believe that's in the net according to the ref, doing a nice job of signaling goal. I think that was Eli Bruce's goal. I think that's going to be Eli from Eric and Nate. So Bruce from Thompson and Benson. So that new stick of Eric's, one shift, one assist, and well, that's a lot of goals. Is that Eli's second goal? I'll have to have somebody get the stats for me there. But so 4-0 here with 2 minutes left in the first here with Eddie out there with Griffin and Elliott now. Lewis is still serving the penalty. He'll come out first whistle after 2 minutes. When that was called, I think it was called at maybe the 3:13 mark, so he's got another 30 seconds or so. Nice shot by Caden. Nice low, hard shot on net. Griffin battles forward in the corner. Centering pass to Elliott. He was well covered by the Monticello defender. Now Elliott flips it to Caden, who keeps the line, gets his own deflection right off the goalie's helmet out of play, and that will bring us a whistle. So referee was spotted here to the left of the goaltender. Lewis is out of the box after serving the 2 part of the 2 and 10. We'll have Eric, Benny, and Eli back out there. So some different line combinations here. Coach Bump's trying to get all his players back. So 58.4 here left for Benny and Eli and Eric to do their best, along with Remy and Nate. Remy on the left, Nate on the right. Face-off win back to Nate. Nate just smartly slides it on net. Make sure he didn't hit any shin pads or anybody's stick on that. Remy does a nice job of keeping it in right at the blue line. The Moose send it right back out. Good step by Remy there. Goes into the far corner with Nate going back to chase. Moose come away with it, try to center, but Benny's there to break up that centering pass. Another centering pass. Let's see here. Eric tries to spin and come away with it, but gets picked. Nice save by Cora to keep this thing scoreless. So 22.7 left here in the first. Get a quick line change here for these last 20 seconds. Get some fresh defensemen, it looks like. Looks like Bump wants to keep those forwards out there to finish this thing off. Benny digs in. Sent behind the net. Caden doesn't like what he sees, so he goes back. Smart play, keep it in the corner. Other team's not going to score from there most of the time. So Caden does a great job, one-man break out there. Eli's trying to bust through, he's getting held. Oh! So close. Right as the buzzer goes. But Eli has an extra little step today, it appears. He's been all around that net. I believe he already has 2 tonight. So, 4-0 after the first here, and the coaches will get the troops squared away for this next period. Drop it here on the second period. Corey makes his way back to the net. Gets set up there. Touches his posts. Make sure he knows his angles. And we'll drop it here with Elliott, Bram, and Lewis starting things off up front. Rory Caden on the back end. Monticello player goes awkwardly over his skates, go flying up in the air on a trip. Not a penalty trip, just kind of tripped over his own stick, I think. The referee was right there and decided there was no call. Centers it, Caden lines one up. Doesn't quite get through all the traffic. And it's going to come back out to the neutral zone. So Caden with a nice pivot there, a nice skate move, I should say, and gets sent back down deep. Elliott will pursue in the near corner. Comes out to, oh, not quite to Rory. Rory chases back on the back check while Caden defends. That puck is finding Caden an awful lot today, and he decides he's going to take it himself. Gets stripped of it at center ice. Ooh, Lewis throws a nice check there on the puck carrier. Separates him, and Park comes away with it, just like they draw it up. Now Brown battling for it in the high slot. Comes to Eli, who's coming off the bench with fresh legs. Elliott behind the net. Elliott gets pinned behind the net. Nice check there, shoulder to shoulder, but he comes away with it. Kept battling through that check. Didn't stop moving his feet. Eddie gloves it, puts it down, showing off his baseball skills there. Now there's a race. Nate takes a poke at it. Great save by Corey. Best scoring chance by far. So for Monticello here. Now another turnover, uncharacteristic turnover. Oh, backhand. Those are always tough to read for the goalie. And Corey kicks out his right leg at the last second to make that save. That was inches from going in. Nice save, kind of a chaotic sequence there for the Orioles. Elliott puts a shot on net. Monticello covers it for the face-off. Face-off to the right of the goaltender. Got a left-handed goaltender here for Monticello, so this is off to his glove side. Eddie, Eric, Eli up there. Remy, Nate back on deep. Puck goes to the near corner. Eric pursuit. Eric grabs it behind his own net. Makes a pass out to the D. Nice hard pass. Just wasn't quite tape to tape. Remy uses his speed to be the first one back to it. Stops and escapes. Those defensive guys have been doing a really nice job of that today, using their kind of reverses to buy themselves some time and space. Eddie, one stick handle away from being in all alone, but he still finds the puck, weaves into the middle, finds Eric. Eric can't quite handle it. Eric behind the net now tries to center it to Eli. Eli sends it back down low. Eddie chases it in the corner. Causes a turnover. Eric's there to take advantage of that. Eric sends it to the middle. Oh, almost a hat trick for Eli. At least I hope I got that right. Still in the corner, Eddie and Eric doing a great job digging pucks out of the corner there today, feeding off each other. Great low to high play there by Eddie. Remy walks it in, takes that ice that was given to him, gets it on net, and just got deflected. Monticello's a little bottled up here. See if Remy can keep this one in, and he does. Right to another nice play with his hand there. Eddie just grabbing the puck and putting it down. Big hit by Monticello. I think this game is going to tick up the physicality a little bit. Eric had it, but you could tell he was a little gassed. Eli and one of the Monticello players involved in a little extracurricular behind the play here. I think he's going to take both of them. Probably the right call. A little bit of unnecessary back and forth, and the puck was gone, and they'll both go sit to, get a little time to calm down, collect their thoughts. And we'll play 5-on-5 and face it off the center ice. Monticello wins the draw. They gain the zone, take it wide. Rory angles him outside with the poke check. Behind the net, far side. Caden and Elliott are there. Caden takes a hit, but he's the one that's left standing. Rory behind the net, rings it around the wall to Griffin. Just goes under Griffin's stick, but now Griffin collects it with his chest. angles it off the wall and lets Benny pursue that thing. I don't think that'll be an ice. Oh, it was not. It did cross the red line, but I think the referees ruled somebody could have got it. So nice pass by Elliott there, a little behind the backhand. Benny was sitting just behind the net. Elliott continues to pursue. Now Monticello brings it through center ice here. Some sticks on that. Ooh, big hit by Monticello there on Nate, but that was shoulder to shoulder. It's Bantam hockey. That is allowed. So now they're digging near. Benny gets it over to Griff on the far side. Ooh, Griff a little inside out move, and he's in. Beautiful save by Monticello, but a beautiful play by Griff. One of his inside out moves and just got that fluid, lanky feel, or that fluid, lanky motion, kind of like a Mario Lemieux. And now Griffin's gone all over this shift, and he gets the assist on that. Great low to high pass by Griff, and Rory buries it from the blue line. Just beats the goalie wide there. I'm sure he was screened there. There was a lot of bodies flying around. So 5-0 here. As Bram comes out to take the draw, along with Eric, Eli. Remy's got it, pushes it up the wall. Eric takes a big hit, but Bram comes in and picks up the puck. Now Eric will battle for it. Monticello comes away with it. Remy back, along with Nate. Monticello is the first to the puck. Centering pass gets tipped nicely by Nate to keep it out of harm's way. That's going to go the length of the ice, and they're waving the icing off, I like. So Bram will pursue that. Brings it around for Lewis. Lewis gets a stick on it. Eric in there digging for it now too. It's kind of jammed up against the wall. Bram's in there. Got all three of our guys digging for it. And comes out for the Moose, and that's the problem when you have all three guys in there. An odd man rush if you're not careful. But Remy diffuses that as usual by taking a nice angle and pushing the puck to the outside. Remy and Eric battling up the wall. Bram comes in, delivers a hit. Remy's going to turn, try to move it up ice. Centering pass to Lewis, just out of his reach. As he and the Monticello player bump for it. Comes to Eric at center ice, he gets stripped of it. Back to Eric again, he makes a nice move. Down to Monticello player as he takes it wide. And gets it down in. Those guys needed a change. They were all pretty gassed. Here comes Eddie pursuing. Rory back up, Eddie's got it. Fun to see what he'll do here with it. He cuts to the middle. Given some time, finds Elliott's stick. Elliott's shot is blocked into the near corner. Rory keeps it in with a nice stick there. Didn't seem too concerned on that one, like he knew he was going to keep it in. Eddie keeps it in that time. Griff in the corner, gets his head up, tries to find Eddie for a one-timer. They don't quite connect. Monticello will bring it back this way. Poke check, finds Elliott, over to Griffin. They stay on side, Griffin's got it. Oh, tries to make the pass over to Elliott, really unselfish play there. Probably could have ripped that one. You know, he's got a good shot that can go where he wants to put it. And Corey hasn't been called on a whole lot, but when he has, he's been there. Looks like the unofficial shot count is 18 for the Orioles and 8 for the Moose. Moose have had some high-quality shots. I remember at least 1 or 2 breakaways. And that one was in from the slot as well. So we'll face it off to Corey's glove side. Benny wins it back to the near corner. Remy bangs it around. Eli picks it up off the wall. Centering pass just hops over Benny's stick. But Eric's out there using his speed to take it wide, beats his man wide, tries to go to the short side, but goalie had that closed off. Cover that, face it off. Nice play by Eli to get that puck over to Eric. So Remy and Nate are going to be looking to get this puck back to them off the D, and it does. And Nate gets it on net. Steered to the far corner. Eric pursues that thing, getting a stick in there, trying to stick handle around some guys. Couldn't quite do it. Remy tries to put it on net. That didn't make it through either. Through Nate's legs, no ice, but it's going to go to the near corner as usual. Remy's the first one back to get it. Eric off the near wall, centers it to Benny. Benny tries to make a move through the middle. It gets picked, but Remy takes it. He decides he's going to he's going to show his speed off. Oh, Remy deserved that one. Off the post. He went near side. The near side was open for him. He saw it. He had his head up. Just couldn't quite get it. Now Eli with a nice back check. It's the puck. And they're just getting banged around the neutral zone. No ice there. And Nate will go back for it while the forwards change. Nate out to Eli, but that doesn't quite clear the zone, unfortunately. But now Elliott's got Hill turning the wheel. Trying to clear the zone, but gets poke check coming through the middle. On net. And Corey decides to cover that up. There's a little whitewashing here. And you can probably hear, all the sounds from the hockey rink here. Nothing like a couple of good shoves in front of the goalie to get everybody fired up. Looked pretty benign to me, but I'd imagine they'll take somebody just to send a message maybe. We'll see. Okay, looks like Elliott's going off for the Orioles, so referee goes over to explain the call, the coach bumping whips. I doubt they're going to argue too much, and we'll drop the puck here with the Orioles' first penalty kill. So Bram and Lewis will be out there to kill it up front. Rory and Caden hankering down the D. Good shot, dangerous shot there. Corey with a great save. Scramble here. Keeps it out of the net. Very dangerous sequence there for the Orioles. But Corey was up to the task, square to the shooter, and move the face-off over here. Face-off win. Rory takes it high off the glass to clear the zone. Smart play on the penalty kill. Bram pursues. Getting some pressure. Rear official had that as an ice. Near official waved it off. Fine, near corner here. Rory's battling for it. Centering pass to Lewis. Lewis tries to touch it to Bram. Didn't quite connect. On net. Orioles freeze that one as well. So a little disjointed power play here for Monticello. Maybe it's a sign of the Orioles penalty kill, but a couple of good scoring chances, but a lot of whistles as well. So there's still 125 left in this penalty. So Everett is back on the ice. Good to see him. He's done serving the 10-minute part of his 2 and 10. He's going back to being physical in front of the net there, marking his man, doing a nice job, and Corey appreciates that. Had his man tied up, so no one could whack away at the rebounds. Oh, another whistler. 1:12 left. Everett wins that face-off clean. Griff tries to clear, but not quite strong enough off the wall, so Monticello sends it back down in. Remy's got a head of steam here. I think he might just take this one out himself. Monticello does a nice job keeping that puck in. Remy was coming with a head of steam there, and somehow he stopped him. So now it's back down low in the corner. Comes the slot. Remy does a nice job of steering that puck out of harm's way, and we'll have another whistle. 1:11 left on the power play. I feel like the clock might not have started on that one at some point. But to check my notes on that. So, face-off win by Monticello, just wide of the net. Oh, Remy's going to have a breakaway here, I think. He's going to use his speed. Remy with the goal. see Remy unassisted on that one. Nobody more deserving than him this game so far. He's been everywhere, probably had the puck on a stick more than anybody. Made a lot of really nice plays from that back end, and he's starting to find his offensive ability as well, which is great to see. All right, Benny on the draw. Comes back to Rory. Rory sends it down. No ice. There's still 40 seconds left in the penalty. So yeah, technically that's a shorthanded goal for Remy as well. Monticello gains his own. Lewis is there to cause some distraction. Shot on net by Monticello, calmly gloved by Corey, and he'll take the faceoff. 25 seconds left in the power play. I feel like this power play's lasted about 10 minutes of real time. Then he digs in. Over to Rory. Rory will send it up the wall to the Monticello defenseman. He shoots it just wide. Caden's got it back there. Puts a body on his man. Benny comes in to pick up the loose puck. Great little sequence there. First man taking the body, second man taking the puck. Benny gets poke checked the blue line, and Monticello comes back the other way with it. They gain the zone. Now Rory making a few moves there inside his blue line. Finds Eric streaking down. Eric makes a hard move to the net, but loses the puck, unfortunately. Eli on now, as well as Eddie. Rory does a nice job of almost keeping that one in. I think that was the right call. I think it was just out. So we'll slow it down, face it off. 3:38. Orioles finally back to full strength. Killer E-line out. Benny and Nate. Nate will just send it deep. He knows these guys will go to work. Eric will be the first to the puck. Monticello player trips and falls, so it comes the other way. Eli battling for it. Monticello a little stronger on the puck, and they come away with it. Eddie pursues the corner, does a nice job slowing his man down. But Monticello finds some open space there on the far wall. And he pokes that one to the corner. Nice pass to Eddie. Eddie flips it up to Eric. Eric tries to split the D, which he does. Let's see if he can finally get one through. He doesn't, but he gets hauled down, so it's going to be a penalty, I think. Yeah, hooking. Some in the audience calling for a penalty shot, but I don't think they're going to get it. I think it'll be your garden variety 2-minute hook or hold or something like that. And Park will go to work on the power play. So we got that first power play unit out where Griff comes back and plays D. Eddie will take the draw. Kind of a tie draw. Eli does a nice job moving it back to the D. Nate down low. Eric trying to find the handle. Not a lot of pressure out of Monticello, so Eric's trying to decide what to do with it. Goes back to Nate, who's always really nice play by Nate. He was looking for Eddie there to just have him tip it in. He almost did. Eric sends it to the slot now. Getting a little frantic here instead of slowing it down. Eli, great job slowing things down. Nate will send it down low. Smart move. Eric will send it to Eddie. Eddie tries to find Eric again. Eric with a couple good chances there, but the goal is up to the task. And that'll be the end of that power play unit. We'll send out the next one. So some good puck movement there, just couldn't quite get it in. Rory and Caden out, along with Bram, Benny, and Everett Edstrom. So Everett's got the puck. Bram goes short side, right off the... Went off the goalie's cage. The puck was in the slot there. Everybody was picking at it. And goalie... refs blow it dead, which was good before things escalated. And they'll just drop the puck here and do it again. So Bram wins the draw. Everett in there to poke it free. Got a shallow angle. Tries to find Benny in the slot there, but gets poke checked. Rory does a great job keeping it in there. Everett finds the puck. He centers it. Just poke check to the last minute. Otherwise, Benny would have been sitting all alone in the slot with that puck. They will call icing there. I thought it could have been touched by the Orioles, but refs rule otherwise. We'll bring it back down to the offensive zone here with 55 seconds left in the power play. Tie up off the face-off, out to Rory at the D. Rory puts it on net. Blocker saved by the goalie off the corner. Everett sends it out high to Caden. Caden has a man on him. Tough puck to handle there. Nice centering pass by Monticello there. They get a good shot on net. They crash the net. Corey covers it up. And everybody will skate off and get set for another face-off here. Defensive zone face-off for the Orioles. 1:30 left in the second period. As the Orioles come in and get lined up. 36 seconds left in the penalty. So they'll be killing here for another 36. Eddie does a nice job winning the puck back. Remy rings it. That breakout you see so often now in hockey with the defensive zone. Into the back corner. Defenseman rings it as hard as they can. Strong side, the winger gets over there to try to pull it off the wall. Pros make it look easy. It's a lot harder than it looks. Oh, nice move by Lewis off the face-off to beat his man. Centers it to Eddie. Eddie had a man on him though, so couldn't do much with it. Eddie though finishes his check in the corner. Nicely done, shoulder to shoulder. Lewis comes in there to try to dig the puck. Eddie's gonna come in and see what he can find too. So we got 3 Orioles there. 1 Moose, and somehow Monticello gets it out. So nice play by that young man. Eddie with the poke check. Elliott pursues, sends it towards the net just wide. Remy's there, closes that off, gets it on net. Lewis intercepts that pass that was coming through the high slot. Nate tries to get it back down deep as there's a little confusion there when that puck's out by the blue lines. Dangerous spot. Harmless shot on net. Corey gloves it. And he'll take a face-off with 23.7 left. All right, line change here. So Everett, Benny, and Griff will finish off the period. 23.7 left. Benny wins the face-off back. Caden goes back and wrestles for it. Wins it. Didn't really have anybody in there helping him. Now Griff's battling for it. Nice job. I think Griff had kicked that puck up to Benny. Really clever move. Everett gains the line. Tried to center to Benny. Didn't quite connect. Now Griff puts it on. There is the very distinctive horn. So I believe they resurface here after 2. Yep. Play some real hockey here where you get a resurface and a fresh sheet for the 3rd. So they will retreat to the locker room. And we'll take a quick timeout here. 6 rip. Probably can't see that. All right, good game so far. We'll be back after intermission. Moose Shared Ice Arena. Nice intermission there. Beautiful little lobby area for us to hang out in and warm up. Oh, this rink isn't terribly cold. So back at it. Monticello wins the draw, banks it off the wall. Caden picks that up. Elliott bounces it up. Eddie pursues. Nice move by Monticello to avoid it. Yeah, we're going to look for a penalty there. I think with the score 6-0, I don't think Orioles are going to get away with much here, and that'll be a hook. I'm not sure who did it. Looks like Eli's going to the box. So let's see if they didn't see what the call was. Probably a hook or a trip there along the near wall. Eddie on the draw there, back behind the net. Monticello is trying to set up. Eric gets it. Eric gets tripped there, but again, it's 6-0. I don't think they're going to call that. He gets right back up, and he's going to weave his way through, see if he can use his speed. And he's been pretty snake bit today. Still is snake bit. That one hit pipe, but here an iron. The backup stick is not working for him. He broke it earlier. Nice stretch pass there by Monticello. Oh, good check by Rory there. They're maybe going to call that too, which is probably smart. Don't let this game get too out of hand here with a 6-0 score. Not sure what they're going to call there. If it's everybody, maybe just the net was off, but definitely blew a whistle, and they're going to send Rory off. Just to the bench though, so 5-on-4 still, no penalties. I think just the net was off. So Monticello's got it. Eddie and Eric still out there killing the penalty. Eddie pursuing, doing a nice job angling the Monticello team. They take it off the wall. Nate steps up and grabs that one, which he's so good at doing. Kind of a weak play there along the wall by Orioles to let him gain the zone. In the near corner there, Eddie's got it. Takes a hit, but hangs on to the puck. Now Nate does a nice job using his body. Eddie comes out, takes the angle right into his shin pads. Perfect positioning here. All right, penalty's over already. We got Eli kind of floating out high. They can't quite get him the puck though, unfortunately. That would have been fun to spring him. Goes Remy. Eric tries to step around his man. He gets shoulder to shoulder there. Good check there. Good Bantam hockey play. Rory steps up and takes that puck, but kind of skates into his own man. The Orioles are going to be looking for a change here pretty soon. Nate steps in, decides to send it deep. Eddie pursues Everett, keeps it in the zone as he comes in off the bench. Near wall, Eli delivers a nice hit. Eddie controls the puck at the blue line, but now it comes back out, and Nate tips it to Eli. Eli tries to send it deep. No hand pass there since it was completed in the defensive zone. Eddie juking and driving at the blue line here. Tries to step around the man, but he just got a piece of Eddie. Slow him down. Everett does a nice job taking it low to high there. Hayden walks in. Took a little too long, so that puck got deflected. If he would have fired that right away, he might have been able to get something on net. Benny out now for the Orioles as well as Griff, so that line's out in full. Monticello's met with some stiff resistance there at the blue line, but 3 Orioles there to meet him as he tries to cross. Good cross ice pass there by Monticello, but they whiff, and the refs are going to call icing on that one. Kind of surprised. That's fine. It does appear we were in running time with the 6-goal lead, so if this period goes quick, that is why. Move it back down here. Offensive zone faceoff. Benny digs in, wins the draw back to Griff. Griff with a nice feed over to Rory on the far point. Rory gets it on net, which is always dangerous. White taking some exception to guys in front of the net. Benny not taking the bait. He just gets out of there. It says all put one in the back of the net. As my comeback, we'll see. He digs in there. Everett chases it to the far wall. Benny behind the net. Centers it to Griff. Oh, just on his backhand, so we couldn't get it a handle. Everett turns and fires. Great shot there, just wide out to Caden. Caden's smart play, just sends it wide of the net instead of shooting into somebody's shins pad. Everett's got it behind. He tries to center it. Good play by the goalie to prevent that from getting to the slot. Another one to the slot. Benny had that one sealed off all day. Bounces around a little bit. Now Monticello clears the zone. Caden back on D, eyeing his man. Rory's got it kind of weakly along the wall there. Doesn't quite get it out. And they'll have to go back behind the net. Caden using his body to protect the puck. It's a nice job. Great pass finding Benny open there in the middle. Bounces off his stick though. Puck finds Caden again. A lot going on there. That was not offside, so we'll keep playing. It's kind of stuck in the neutral zone right now. Oh, now Benny gets a little break there. Fires that thing just wide. Sorry, bad video there, but Benny kind of got a shot off from the right circle. Maybe a little closer to the slot. Just shot it wide. Now he tries to center, ticks off Elliott's stick, and Caden will go back for it. He's got his D partner, but he decides to move it up to Griffin along the wall. Griffin makes a nice move. Oh, one too many though. And Monticello comes back the other way. Elliott tries to push it up the wall. Graham comes in for support, takes the hit, gives a hit, and coming back. And the officiating crew is going to call that icing too. A really nice job tonight by both of them. So we got 8:09 on a running clock here. Puck's down. Graham wins it back to Benson. Actually, Lewis tipped that. Really smart play by Nate again. Just send it towards the left side of the net. Defensemen are doing a nice job of not shooting into shin pads tonight, which, as we know, is no good. Oh, as soon as I say that, Nate drills one into the shin pads. But hey, for the most part, it's been very clean tonight in that regard. So Monticello gains the zone. They cut to the middle. Remy there with a stick. Oh, bounces right to the Monticello player, and they are on the board 6-1. It's kind of an unfortunate bounce there for Corey. Remy had stick and body on the player, and still kind of squirted around into the slot. That happens sometimes, so we'll reset. Still 6-1 lead here for the Orioles. Monticello wins that draw, but quickly gets turned over to Eric. Eric headmans it to Eddie. Eddie tries to cut to the middle and loses the puck, but then gets it back. Backhands it to Eric. Eric can't quite find the handle, and it's quickly the other way by Monticello. Rory finds it in his skates. Eric kind of gets sandwiched there. Gonna wave that icing off, and Caden's gonna go back for it. Caden behind his own net. Eli's out high looking for a pass. Elects to go to Eddie in the middle, which is good. Then over to Eric. Eric's trying to find the handle, can't quite get it. Eli's there to support him. Now he gets it. Tries to cut to the middle, passes it to Eddie, just out of the reach of Eddie. Eddie's got it, behind the back to Eric. Pretty slick play there. Eric sidesteps the defender, then as two of them kind of push him over. But it's going to come back to him with a little help of the ref. Hits the ref and bounces right to Eric, so he can take advantage of it. Battling behind the net. Oh! He's getting his money's worth back there, but Orioles come away with the puck, and that's the whole name of the game. Sometimes you got to take a few hits to get that puck. Great job by Caden to keep it in. Eric's trying to find somebody. Out to Caden. Oh, right on net, almost on the fire hole. Doesn't go. That was a really impressive shift for the Orioles there. They were just digging for that puck. They were taking a lot of hits, but they maintained control of the puck and just find the open guy, which is what you want to do. So they'll go for a rest, and Benny, Griff, and Everett will come back out and see if they can continue the momentum. Clears the zone, but Remy's there. Remy's going to try to send it back in. He gets hit. No call. It's probably fair. I didn't see arms or hands or anything go up. So I tell people it's a physical game. Another battle along the wall here. Seeing if they can gain possession. Everett's in there. Benny grabs it. Remy's in there. Nice pass by Benny out to Nate. Oh, off the fight, there it is. All right. 6-goal lead. Benny deserved that when he set up that play with a really nice pass from the deep in the corner. He found Nate out at the point. Those are the passes that just open up so much time and space. When you can hit those cross-seam passes going from low to high. Nate did a great job getting that on net. I feel like our defensemen have really got a lot of shots on goal tonight. And Benny, his first try hit the pipe, and he followed it up and was able to tip it in the second try. So Benny Fallness on the board, his first goal tonight. Assist to Nate Benson. Moose do a nice job keeping that in. We got Graham, Lewis, Elliott out there now with 5 minutes remaining in the third here, running time. 7-1 score. Rory moves it up to Elliott. Elliott chases it through center ice, trying to get stick on puck. Monticello does a nice job moving it up the wall before Graham pressures them in, and I think that's offside. Graham was never able to quite get up and get off or get on the other side of the blue line after that hit. So they will face it off here on the offsides dot. Far side. Graham's in for the draw. Does a nice job winning it back to Rory. Rory tries to send it deep, hits the leg, comes to Graham, and Graham sends it in. Graham pursues. Monticello rings it around. Rory's there to keep it in. I'll do a dead spot there where there's only a Monticello guy. Graham does a nice job putting the body on this player. Now it finds him again. Oh, good check by Monticello there to knock Graham off the puck. And Graham sends it down deep again. So they will go to work. Monticello hard off the wall. Caden read that one the whole time. Ooh. Definitely getting a little more physical here. Hopefully people are keeping track of where they are on the ice and keeping themselves out of vulnerable positions. Lewis is trying to take it to the slot here. Nice shot by Lewis. Another hit there. That cleared the zone. Rory realizes it. He's going to go back and regroup. He's got Caden, but he decides to reverse course and try to bring it through the middle. Keeps bouncing to him. He's on a magical run here, Rory, and he gets it over to Elliott. Elliott fires it just wide of the net. That puck seemed to be glued, or not glued to Rory's stick, but some sort of magnetic connection. It kept finding him. So that looked like it could have been something along the wall there, but goes uncalled. And we go back the other way. Caden puts a shoulder into his player, which is great. Now Rory has it. He's going to bang it up the wall. Not even to the wall, directly to Eli. You got the Eli, Eddie, Eric line back out there now. 3 minutes left. Gain the zone here. Right into Rory's skates. Right into Corey, and they blow that dead. Corey had that for a split second, enough for the referees to blow it dead. We'll get a face-off here with 2:45 left in the third. Remy and Nate out there for D. Nate was taking care of the crease there on that play, making sure nobody on white was taking any liberties with the goalies. So it comes softly there. Eric tries to paddle it to... Yeah, Eric tried to paddle that softly to Eddie and just popped right into the slot. Quickly finds the back of the net there, so 7-2. Benny back out with Everett and Nate. I'm sorry, Everett and Hogan up front. Remy and Nate on D. They're going with 4D tonight. Missing Captain Jakey LaPointe for tonight's game, which would make it 5D. That play was offsides there. And they'll face it off. Hopefully we'll have Jakey back in the fold here soon when we get back to district play on Wednesday night. Switching up defense here. Caden and Rory pull in and quickly finds Caden. Caden's going to go up the wall to Griff. Looks like the referee lost his whistle possibly. I see something sitting on the ice. But go back the other way. A break here for Monticello into the slot. Whiffs on the one-timer. That even made it to Corey. Nice position there by Everett to intercept that centering pass. Now Benny pickpockets that puck. He comes up the ice. He's got Griff on his right wing. Benny takes it wide. Centers it to the slot. Nobody home. Goes harmlessly to the far wall. Monticello moves it up ice. They're going to wave that icing off. Caden heads back for it. Ooh. Big hit behind the net. That's one of those. They're going to call that one. Okay. Puck probably wasn't there. Oh, yeah. Another one there. That might just... we'll see. We got a minute 21 left. They stopped the clock for some reason. But 23 is going to go for at least one, maybe two. Let's see. Got pretty hard behind the net. Looks like just one. So we'll go. Coach arguing. Rarely results in a reversal of the call, but it's worth a try, I guess. So 1:21 left. I don't know if they stop it for penalties here or what, but clock's running again now with Elliott, Bram, and Lewis out there. It looks like they're stopping it for the penalty. Puck's down, out to Remy. Remy tries to fire it on net and gets blocked. We'll see what transpires in this last minute. Hopefully everybody, cooler heads prevail. But we shall see. We got 58 seconds left. Monticello brings it up the ice. Got some speed. Nate pushes him to the outside and the shot goes harmlessly wide. Elliott sends it to the middle. Lewis tips it to Bram. Bram catches it in stride. Bram sends it down deep, and he'll go chase it. Nate's got it. Nate sends it on net. They tip that in. Nice play. I think, I don't know if Nate's going to get credit for that, but he did most of the work there. Might have bounced off a stick, or looks like Bram's going first in line, so he probably tipped it in, which was important, but Nate read that play, got to the puck, got it on net like he has most all night, and that might be it. There's 10 seconds left. I don't know if they're really going to drop the puck. I guess they are. So it's 8-2 now. Eric pursues that. He's not letting up. He's going to get drilled there, yeah. And the Orioles will head down to their end and celebrate a victory, 8-2. So good experience for them. Great rink, fun game. Kids played well. Kids played hard. There's some good physical play. And Rich Benson may be coming in for a post-game interview.
Your son, 6 seconds left, giving everything he's got, man. I appreciate that effort.
So, great game by the defenseman. Got a lot of shots to the net. Took a lot of good angles. And we will sign off here from Moose Shared Arena. That was a well-officiated game, well-coached game. And the Orioles will be back on the ice Wednesday night. St. Louis Park Rec Center, I believe. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.